Introduction to the Gospel according to St. Mark. The Gospel of Mark presents the good news about Jesus like a reporter. Non-Jewish readers, and particularly those in Rome to whom it is believed Mark was writing, needed to know the facts surrounding Christ's life, death, and resurrection. Mark's Gospel is a simple yet vivid account of Jesus' ministry, emphasizing more what Jesus did than what he said. Mark often moves quickly from one episode in Jesus' life and ministry to another by using the adverb immediately. Many believe that this Gospel was the first of the four Gospels written, and that Matthew and Luke used Mark as a major source for their Gospels. If so, Mark was composed in the AD 50s or early 60s before the destruction of Israel's temple in AD 70 by the Romans. Most believe Mark's Gospel was written by John Mark, the cousin of the missionary Barnabas. John Mark, usually called simply Mark, was not an apostle, but he accompanied the apostle Paul and Barnabas on their first missionary journey. There is also strong evidence from the early church that Mark was a close associate of the apostle Peter, from whom he received the tradition of the things said and done by Jesus. Mark's Gospel appears to rely heavily on the preaching of Peter. Mark makes it clear that Jesus entered history as a servant, a suffering servant. He came not as a conquering king, but to sacrifice his life. 1/3 of this Gospel story is devoted to telling the events of Jesus' last week on earth, including his death and resurrection. Listen now to Mark's report of Jesus' life as the Savior of the world and the model servant for us all.